Negativity spreads faster than positivity. In fact, in relationships, it's been proven that for every negative word, let's say in a marriage relationship, for every negative word you speak to your spouse, every condemning or destructive word you speak to your spouse, you're going to need about 10 positive words to make up for one negative word. I'll give you an example. Every weekend, at the end of every service, I go to the back door and I shake hands with people as they're going out of the door. And oftentimes, people will come through. Hey, thank you, Pastor, great message. Thank you, Pastor, great message. Thank you, Pastor, great message. Then one person comes along. Says, I really didn't understand that message. That didn't make any sense to me at all. Okay. Spiritual knuckleheads. Okay. And I go home, and what do you think I think about? It's like I totally forget about the 100 people that came through and said what a great message it was, and I think about that one comment and I'm spending all Sunday night trying to figure, what did I say? How did it just troubles me. Why? Because we're wired toward the negative, and a negative thought, I speak it over, it begins a pattern in me, and before long, I'm losing sleep over one person, okay? One person. You do the same thing. 1,000 people could say to you, how wonderful, ladies, how beautiful you look today. And one person could say, why did you wear that dress? And before long, what's the focus on? That one thing. It happens to all of us. So we have to understand that our words are linked to our thinking, and our thinking are linked to our words, and it affects our homes. In fact, I would say it this way, there are many homes today that are actual disaster zones because of this process right now. They're disaster zones because people are bombarding one another with negative thoughts and negative words, and the whole atmosphere. See, if 80% of your thought processes are negative, what do you think 80% of your words are going to be? Negative. And you can give your kids the greatest education. You can send them to Harvard or Yale or wherever you want to send them and give them the greatest education in the world. You can provide them the greatest extracurricular activities. You can put them in the most perfect, greatest church in the world. But I promise you, you will undermine almost all of that if you have this kind of stuff going on in your family. Why? Because you're draining away the very thing that gives a child the ability to be prepared for the road that God is calling them to in life. That is not preparing the road for the child, but preparing the child for the road that they will move down. The mouth speaks what the mind thinks.